And we're live. Welcome. That's my gameplay overlay. That's the food overlay. Yes. Wait a minute. Welcome in, everybody. It is not Sunday. No, if you happen to see in the announcements of the Discord, the other day I was using my laptop. I close it and I hear snap crack. And I'm like, okay. And you can see a picture. And in the Discord, I put it in the announcements, I think. But there's two hinges. There's two hinge points on my computer, and there's a piece of plastic and a metal hinge, and the metal hinge is screwed in to screw holes in the plastic. The screw holes got completely ripped out just by normal use. A little over a year of normal use. A little over a year. Oh, only 1 year of warranty. But anyway, so what I did was yesterday, I got some, heavy duty epoxy, and I took it all apart and I heavy glued it back together. I took the other hinge apart and glued it back together, epoxied it back together as well. Yeah, no, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous that could happen. And I also loosened up the hinges, so now it opens and closes easier, so there's going to be a lot less stress on the hinges. Although, if I may be so bold as to suggest, I think my repair is stronger than the original screws. So, yeah. Hopefully, like the only thing that's noticeable is that the hinge, I clamped it down, so the hinge is supposed to be pressed in, so it's like a few millimeters above where it's supposed to be. So the cover doesn't clip on all the way there. It's a little pushed out, and when you close it, it doesn't close all the way. I'm contemplating like cutting out that cover so it can close all the way. Um, but other than that, no actual functional damage to the electronics. But y'all didn't come here to watch me talk about my computer. Came here to talk me, watch Beth. You came here you came here to watch me cook some French onion soup. So without further ado, let's switch to the big food overlay. So, I've never made this before. It is a relatively involved recipe. Let's move this a little bit over here. It's a relatively involved recipe. It involves like half an hour of sauteing onions. So we're gonna see. It makes 5 to 6 or 4 to 6 servings. I'm gonna do a quarter. I'd rather make too much that I can eat later than too little and be still hungry. So, yeah, we're gonna be doing that, and then while that's sautéing, we're going to be making some lemonade. That's just kind of my go-to for filler. I will be making pear lemonade for myself. I don't know how easy it is to juice a pear. And my father has requested peach lemonade. Peaches, not gonna lie, unpopular opinion, I don't really like peaches all that much. Peaches are, I feel like the best way for me to eat a peach and it be fine is just straight up. Like if I just eat a peach raw, fresh, that's okay. It's fine. Not my favorite. But if you like put it in a cobbler or a pie or whatever, not a fan. Okay, so if you want to follow along, of course, I have included the recipe in the Discord, and I will be making this recipe twice, once for my father, once for me. Um, Always fun getting the camera angle. So, yeah, if you come in late, you'll be good. But we'll start off with one onion. It feels weird. A whole onion in one serving, because it says makes 4 to 6 servings and about 5 to 6 onions. Like, I don't know. But first, we're gonna cut off the ends. All the gross stuff we don't want in there. Toss that in the recycle. I keep saying the recycle. I mean, it is. In the compost, it's the organic matter recycle. Peel the onion. You don't want all this onion skin, the dry stuff in there. It doesn't affect the taste at all. It just affects the mouthfeel. So if you're just eating it and you come across some onion skin, gross. But yes, this is there is going to be no other streams today. We finished Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity in last week, so I will not be playing that again. There was a little post game, but it didn't seem like any story in post game. It seemed just like if you still want to play and level up your characters and fight new challenges, you can do this. You can also unlock this new character, that sort of thing. So next Monday there will be a new game. As always, for those of you familiar with the channel, go to Carl's Backlog to vote on what you want that to be. I believe currently with 4 votes each, there is a tie between Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and Fire Emblem Three Houses, both of which I'll only play one game or one route from. I'm not going to do all of them, so I'll just probably play the first game and then throw it back on. Throw it back on the list. But yeah, so that's a thing. Oh my god. So I use when I'm cutting stuff, I use what's called the bear claw grip. Oh no, I'm gonna start crying. Put that on, hopefully get the stuff out. Bear claw grip. I hold my fingers like this, and I curve them under, and you put the knife against the fingers and cut downwards. So that way, if the knife slips, it most likely will not slip towards your hand. I feel like with French onion soup, there's like bigger like strings of onions. Like it's not diced onions. Like when I've had it before, it's like strings, like more like this. So I'll keep it like that. Dropping onions into the depths, never to be seen again. Ah, gross skin. I think there's a few of them that have 3. Everybody, in case you were wondering, in the votes, you are allowed to do shenanigans like vote for something or unvote for something if you really want to see certain things get or not get chosen. Tomorrow is Bravely Default 2. Wednesday, I want to say is Diablo. No, Thursday is Diablo. What's Wednesday? So what did we finish? Because it was Hyrule Warriors, Bravely Default, Diablo, then Kirby, Diablo Wednesdays, and then what was on? No, there's Kirby, then Arms, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That's what it was. That's the new game that got chosen. So I think the next game to be chosen is Monday, the newest game. Yeah, I'm glad I picked the bigger pot. Pick the skin out of here. Gross. Oh, I was not supposed to add the onions yet. Oh no. Okay. 3 tablespoons butter. That means 3/4 of a tablespoon of butter. We're making a quarter recipe. I know it says 5 to 6 onions, but we're just doing 1 onion that should approximate. 3/4 a tablespoon. Okay, the fan did seem to help preventing me from crying. Did I specifically went to grab my garlic press. I'm going to need that soon. Snag that real quick. So what I figure is I'm going to do these things simultaneously. I'm going to start caramelizing the onions, and it says it needs to caramelize for like a half hour. So it's going to take quite a while. Medium to high heat. It says a big old pot. Thick bottom pot, but you know what? I'm doing a pan. Okay, now we can do that. Throw all these in there. Turn it over. So those are going to start caramelizing. Maybe. That's always, it might be the case if it's really thick. Oh shoot, was I? But either way, we'll start on the lemonade. Because, yeah, caramelize the onions, large, heavy bottom stock pot, melt the butter over medium-high heat, add the onions and saute well for about 30 minutes until caramelized, but not burnt. Initially stirring every 30 to 5 minutes, then about once a minute near the end of the caramelization to prevent burning. So about 4-ish lemons is good, I've found. Four-ish lemons is a good amount for a glass. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to stir this around every once in a while. So let's put 30 minutes on the clock just for kicks. So every third minute we're going to stir that. So we'll chop the lemons. Now I slice the lemons in half. Ooh, it smells so good. I put my hand like this, grab the lemon so there's a nice little U, put the knife in there. So that way, again, if the knife slips, my fingers are above the blade, above the direction the blade is being forced into. Dang, this oven will not do seconds. So it just has 00:30. It refuses to do seconds until 1 minute remains. So squish it. You got this juicer here. It's nice. It's got these ribs. Also, 4 days from now, 4 days, less Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, my birthday, subathon, and it will be 1 month before I stop streaming before going to Japan. So it is the last chance to subscribe and actually be able to use the entirety of the subscription during my stream. So, keep that in mind. I've been advertising it all over the place. That's right, after this, I gotta remember to go crazy. And a cat just ran by. To go crazy and advertise that again across all my social media. Because you know what? I want it to be great. We're gonna start off. I'll play some Mega Man X4 while we all ease in, and then what? From 9 to noon. Yeah, from 9 to noon. That it is initially half an hour. From 9 to noon, I'll be playing Mega Man X4, and then at noon, I will be at noon itself, I will be doing Carl the Pumpkin Man trivia. We'll do a Kahoot, and the winner of the trivia will win themselves a free year of Nintendo Switch Online. Oh, and the first person there, so the person to redeem the first command. Oh, 3 minutes in, we got to stir. The person to redeem the first command will get a free gift sub to the person of their choice to kick off the timer. After that, after 3, it is an AMA, and Ask Me Anything. Definitely lose the trivia. It's Carl the Pumpkin Man trivia. So it's trivia all about my social media. Me and my social media. So things I've said on stream, things I've posted to Instagram, to TikTok, tweets on my Twitter. I mean, it's mostly going to be about stream because that's my main social media. So if you're an avid watcher, you'll be okay there. But it'll be fun. Rinse my hands off real quick. Yeah, I'm curious to see who will win. It'll be a Kahoot. Everybody can just log in and play. I think it's going to be fun. I got 50 questions lined up. All about Carl the Pumpkin Man. Kind of new. That's true. I mean, I'm hoping to get a lot of people to show up. Historically speaking, I've not been good at getting people to show up to events. But I'm hoping just this once, you know what, the planets will align and I'll get it. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's worth a shot. You might as well try. I mean, it's about having fun too. Up 24, divisible by 3. Time to stir around. Don't want anything burning. But you won't know if you don't give it a try. Real-time trivia games. Well, so here's it's going to be, I don't know if y'all ever done a Kahoot. I think it was just starting, Kahoot was just starting to gain a popularity when I was in high school. So I did play a few of them. But what Kahoot is, it's kind of like Jackbox in that you use your phone to log in to the site. You know, I pull up the quiz, I give you guys a code, you enter the code on your phone, and your phone becomes a multiple choice device. So it's, you know, A, B, C, D, multiple choice. And I'll read the questions aloud. I'll probably set it up in the Discord as well. And have someone read the answers aloud. So that everybody's, you know, real time. And it's based off of your points are based off of if you got it right. You know, obviously if you get it wrong, no points. But if you get it right and how fast you get it right. An immediate correct answer, I believe, is 1,000 points. But it starts decreasing the amount of time. I'm planning on making it open notes. So if people want to look up the answers, they're free to do so. But they'll be losing precious time. And I'll, of course, go over all the rules. Yeah. So, yeah, it's very inclusive. It's very, very, very easy. So, like I said, I'll probably, you know, of course, I don't want latency because it is a timing thing. I don't want latency to be a problem. So I'll probably get a volunteer to read off all of the questions. Like I'll have, I'll like join a voice channel and I'll deafen myself, mute and deafen myself. So that I can't hear what anybody's saying. But I'll have someone in there, a volunteer of mine, to read off the questions and the potential answers, so that everybody can get it real time. Because I'd hate to have an unfair competitive advantage given to anyone that has a better latency, a lower latency. I highly recommend to anyone that is using a strainer for pulp like that. Ooh, it's almost starting to burn. Turn it down a little bit more. Anyone that uses a strainer like that, rinse it off immediately after using it. The reason being, if the pulp dries in and around there, it's a pain to scrub out. So you want to just rinse it out immediately when you can. All right, so we've got lemon juice, okay? But I want peach juice. Hello? So yeah, that way it's not a free response at all. I'm gonna take the squishiest peach. That's pretty squishy. Set that aside. Here's small peaches. Near the end, blah, blah, blah. Stir that up. We don't want any burnt bits. No, 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 no. We want caramelized onions. And then, so here's the incentive. Now I want to add a disclaimer. Even though I am moving to another country, And even though that will take significant capital to do so, to get me started and all situated before my first paycheck comes in, I do have savings, and I am fine, more than fine financially. So this is not a subathon for the purpose of funding myself. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping on low heat. It says medium high heat. I don't know if I trust that though. I am definitely not doing this because I need to fund my trip or anything. I'm just doing it now because, if I'm being perfectly honest, I might not ever get the time to actually do a subathon ever again because I'll be starting a job. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it now. Full disclosure. Come on. Ah, it really doesn't want to. It really doesn't want to get the pit. Leave the pit. Ah, dear Lord. Ugh. Throw another squishy one in there. Enough peach nectar. Yeah, because like last time I had the dragon fruit, but the unfortunate thing about the dragon fruit was it's not very strong of a flavor, so I couldn't really notice it. You know, I mixed it all in, it didn't work. But yeah, the I interrupted myself as I am awesome at doing. But yeah, the idea behind the subathon is I just I just sliced the peach in half. I just sliced the pit right in half. What the heck? Then there's the seed. Holy cow. But yeah, so it goes from 9 to noon. Guaranteed. So we'll get to the trivia. No way I no chance I spend, you know, all that time making 50 questions worth of trivia and I don't do the actual trivia. But ugh, any time added on after that, I have I have events at 3 p.m. I will get a pie to my face live on camera. So if the clock reaches 3 p.m., if it gets extended beyond 3 p.m., I will get the pie to the face. And if the clock reaches 6 p.m., I'm going to get an ice bucket dumped all over me. So That's incentive. People like to see their streamers suffer, right? That'd be funny. And honestly, I haven't planned any events after 6 because I don't know. I don't think it's going to go after 6. Okay, the pit is removed. Get all the nectar out. I'm running out of space here, folks. That's right. I wanted to use this for the lemonade, but like a fool. I use it for the onions. Oh, you're not gonna be sticking around for the subathon? Oh, that's fine. Hey, I always like to say, I will always be happy when people do show up in chat and or chat, but I will never be upset if they don't or can't. Because at the end of the day, I'm a streamer, and viewers are not contractually obligated to go up and show up. In the morning, though, gotcha. Okay, let's get all this goog off. Get all that nectar out. Squish it all around there. Ah, I'm dripping. Ah. Again, like I always recommend, rinse out your strainer. Spray water from the back. All right, we'll leave this over there for now. It's not going to be used again until the next thing. All right. They are, yeah, they're getting there. They are indeed. It makes me sad, like, how hard it is to eat healthy. Like, I'm making this nice French onion soup, but it's gonna take me an hour, you know? And I bought I bought onions for this, and I mean, this is the cheapest wine available, right? But it was still like $10. All right, time to make the actual lemonade. So here's the thing. Yeah, healthy is hard. It's hard, because cheap food is also really cheap, and or unhealthy food is generally cheap. I pat myself on the back because I've lost 30 pounds since October. But like, still, the reason for that is I'm not employed. Yes, it is dry white wine. I was told to get dry white wine. Okay, so you have to add sugar and water, of course, to make the lemonade what it is. Problem is, I don't usually use a recipe because the recipe says, oh, do this and then add more sugar or add more water to taste. So, kind of the hard thing is, the hard part is, if the taste is too strong, add water. If the taste is too sour, use white wine. Yeah, it's dry white wine. That's good because nobody in my family drinks. Nobody in my family drinks. So I don't have anyone to give this to. Woohoo! If it's too sour, add sugar. There it is. Now I do like my. It's a lot of sugar. I do like my lemonade a bit tangy. I'm a little, I like it to have a little kick. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Peach lemonade. Mmm. Mm-mm-mm. Woo. Let me just set this off to the side so I don't knock it over or anything. Ugh. 4 more minutes. Once a minute near the end of the caramelization. Okay. So I wonder how cooperative this guy will be at giving me the juice. Ooh, they're getting way browned. Yeah, I don't know. I think I browned them too much. Burned them a little bit too much. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they'll look better once they're in the actual soup. We shall see. We are making a quarter recipe right now. But they do look rather browned. So after this, we're going to add the garlic and then saute for a little bit. Stir in the flour and then cook for a minute. All right. Well, let's throw in the garlic. It calls for 4 cloves of garlic, so a quarter of that would be what? 1 clove? That's a nice big clove. I'm a fan of garlic. My father is too, so it's probably 2 cloves, but you know what? I don't care. So let's use the onion knife to back of the onion knife to scrape that off. Whip. Do 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 do. All right. Stir in the flour. That's an interesting. Usually the flour needs something to dissolve into. We're using gluten-free flour because it's a thickening agent, and I found the gluten-free flour. Well, one, my dad's gluten-free, and this is for him. But I found that gluten-free flour is a much better thickening agent anyway. 3 tablespoons of flour, so 3/4 of a tablespoon of flour. 1, 2, 3. Do that for a minute. And then stir in the wine to deglaze the pan. So that's okay. Is deglazing a technique that I have to do, or is it just when I stir in the wine, it will automatically by itself deglaze the pan? God, I've never bought wine before. Reminds me of, like, communion. How visible was that reaction? Half a cup. So 1/8 of a cup of white wine. To quote, deglaze the pan. Oh! Oh! Add the wine and just scrape the bottom of the pan. Get out all that crud around there. Yep, okay. Oh boy, that's stinky. All right, it's all gone. I assume I've accomplished what I need to accomplish. Six and a half cup beef stock. No, not 1.5 cup. Holy cow. 1.5 cup. So we don't have beef stock or beef broth. Okay. So we're going to use some bouillon. So we're going to put some 1.5 cups of water. No, we're not. We're out of water. Okay. Be right back. Suggestion is in Discord. All right. If I get a free moment, I will. Is it in cooking or suggestions? I'm sure I'm competent enough to find it, but. Cup and a half. Okay. Okay, thank you for that, kitty woman. Okay, it's in cooking. Nice. And then beef cubes. Is there instructions? Dissolve 1 bouillon in a cup of boiling water. Okay. We have a cup and a half, so I'm going to overshoot and do 2. Favorite fancy dish to make? Ooh. Well, feel free to make it alongside me next week if I choose to do it. And yeah, let me know how it goes. So while we're waiting for that water to boil, yeah, just so y'all know, the cooking channel is also, if you want to post your cooking stuff and all that good stuff, and you want to contribute and whatnot, feel free. It's not just for my cooking. Okay. I mean, it should be, right? It's wine. What's it going to do? Spoil? BA's best risotto. Broth instead of salt water. Chicken broth? What is risotto? I'm realizing. Parmesan rice. We shall see. That looks good at a glance. There's a reason why alcohol doesn't really spoil. You know? It's because it's kind of poisonous. A saucy rice dish. Isn't that starting to look good? It's Italian, so you know it's good. All right, it's starting to boil. So I'll throw the cubes in there. Make it nice and beefy. Adding pumpkin puree. Bro, I was so disappointed when I made that pumpkin soup and it was like, eh, you know, whatever. Because I love pumpkin flavoring. Got to give these bouillon cubes time to dissolve. Die, cube. Die. Everybody wait up. Oh, up. Pikachu! Woo! Hey, thanks for continuing the gift sub. What a blasting entry. Butternut squash? Maybe. We're making some French onion soup, Sir Monk. How are we doing? I want that. I like Pikachu Libre. Pikachu Libre is up there on one of my favorite Pokemon. All right, the beef cubes are starting to dissolve fully. Oh, I'm doing all right. The French onion soup seems to be coming out all right so far. We made some peach lemonade. Of course, once we're done with this, we will be doing we'll be doing another round. I'll be making pear lemonade. So we'll see how that works out. I don't know how I'm going to get juice out of the pear. All right, that's all mixed around. Oh, shoot. Wrong recipe. Okay, add the stock. A little bit of Worcestershire. Oh, it's in the fridge. We were talking about the subathon. It's this Friday. I'm so excited. Peking duck? Sounds way too complicated. Worcestershire. 1 bay leaf. Don't put it in for too long or it'll evolve into a Meganium. And how many sprigs of thyme? 3 fresh sprigs. We're just going to do 1. How much is a sprig? Is that a sprig? It's going in. Simmer for 10 minutes. Timer 1, 0, start. Suck all the flavor out of there. All right, we have. My father wanted this gluten-free bread. Boop. So, preheat oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. 400. Start. Preheating. God, I gotta get all this out of my way. What is Peking duck? Isn't that like a book? No, that's the Maltese Falcon. Wine will go bad. It's called corked and it will taste bad. Even worse than the original. Well, what happens to it? So we'll put it in when the clock says bad bacteria. Weird. You'd think they'd die. It's simmering. Some mugs back home where they've got like recipes on the side. Pretty cool. Neat little concept. All right, 8 minutes. Throw her in. Should bake it. You die when you eat it. Simmering. Just tastes bad. I mean, I'll be cooking with it, so it will. Even if it was the bacteria was like harmful, as long as it doesn't make any toxins itself, kill it. Okay. Need to switch the oven to broiler. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get an oven mitt, won't I? What a goofball. Just keep stirring this for the next 6 minutes. I think that'll all fit in the mug. Rank reset. Oh, I should be getting like 7. I was red rank 3? Something like that. So I should get 750 big. A BP. Anybody interested at all in playing Dead by Daylight after this? Sirmong, Kitty Woman, if you got the time. After rank reset. A tea fanatic and said you haven't had made tea for any of these cooking streams. I can, if you have a good tea recipe, the problem that I have with making tea on stream, if I'm just gonna boil water and use like a tea bag or something, there's not a lot of preparation. But if you have like an actual tea recipe that I can prepare the stuff beforehand on stream, is self-aware a good perk? It's all right. Walking faster is nice. Yeah. Did you actually? I mean, I'll give you my opinion. It's all right. Seeing your scratch marks is kind of handy. But good survivors will kind of have a feel for where their scratch marks are anyway. It's good for practicing doing that, getting a feel for that. I've never actually used it. Walking faster is nice too. If you scroll up in the Dead by Daylight channel on the Discord, I have a list of all the perks, and like I posted a Google Doc of all the perks, and if you want to look at it, there's just one streamer who ranked all of them 1 to 5 stars, and you can take a look at his ranking of it there. Inner healing or self-aware? I would lean towards inner healing. It's nice if you see a totem, you can cleanse it, and then if you happen to be around, you can heal yourself. Make your own blood. Sure. I mean, if you want, like, that's the thing. If you have a recommendation or something of that I could prepare the tea leaves or whatever beforehand, or make a milk tea or something, I would do that. Let me guess. Yeah, it was Otstarva's. I took his rankings. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, if it's just boil a tea bag, I can't be like, oh, here's how you boil this tea bag. Like, you just boil the water, you put the tea bag in. There's not a lot of, like, why am I streaming that? Right. I could make it on the side. Like with the lemonade, I squeeze the lemons. Like with the lemonade, if it was just me using instant lemon mix, I wouldn't make lemonade. But because I'm squeezing the lemons, I'm juicing another fruit, I'm adding the water and the sugar myself, and it takes some time, and I can talk about how to do that. That's why I'm okay. But if it's just the tea, putting the bag in the boiling water, it's like okay. But if it was like, oh, get a tea bag and chop some ginger and some this and that and wrap it up in there and then boil it and maybe make boba, maybe milk tea or something. That would be cool. Make some like honey milk tea or something. I don't know. With some boba. Okay, that's about finishing up. Let me take the bay leaf out. Still not a Meganium, dang. Isn't much fanfare with tea making, but it is more complex. Yeah. All right, that's starting to get brown. So let's grab that out of there. Turn this all the way to low. Pull that out. All right, so here's the idea. Kind of do this off screen, and I apologize for that. But we're going to pour this into a mug. Wow, this isn't a lot. It did simmer down a lot. Okay. Come up with something, that'd be great. Switch the oven to broil. High broil, sure. You'll pair it, spare it, or pair it? All right, Gouda. We're using Gouda. Gruyere is the classic one. I couldn't find any, but Gouda is an off-cited alternative. Pear. I know what you mean. Wrong pear. Pear? Pear? No. So here it is. It boiled down a lot. And here's the cheese. So what the plan is, switch the oven to broil. So once it's ready to serve, we're going to place the oven-safe bowl on a thick baking sheet. It's not that thick, but whatever. Ladle the soup into a bowl, then top with a baguette slice and the desired amount of cheese. Place it in an oven rack 6 inches from the heat and broil for 2 to 4 minutes until the cheese is melted and bubbly. I'm going to go tell my father that it's almost ready. Be right back. I'm back. I got a question. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know what broil actually means. I thought I had to wait. But let's plop that in there. Put our oven mitts on. Ah. 2 to 4 minutes until the cheese is bubbly. Timer to start. Ma, 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 ma. Bird, bird. Bird is the word. So after this comes out and is ready, I will hand it off to my dad. I should probably get a plate so that I don't burn my father by handing him a bowl that just came out of the oven. You know what's sad? There's only 4 more cooking streams after this one until I leave for Japan. Only 4 more. Assuming none of them get canceled. Which, honestly, one might, Father's Day. Unless my dad wants me to cook something for him on Father's Day. So some ice for the, one big ol' ice cube. Now we can do 2. Okay. Here you are. That's the first part. Cheese is starting to bubble. Timer off. Oven off. Out of the oven. Onto the plate. There it is. Ta-da! Ta-da! Careful, it does not have grip, so it'll slide around. Very careful. And it's hot because it came out of the oven. Whew! Okay. So, that's that for that. If you're not familiar with the program, how this works is when I'm done with the first one, I give it to my dad. He gives his opinion. Probably should turn the oven off, shouldn't I? And then I do a be right back commercial break so I can reset, and then I'll make mine, and then we'll sit down and enjoy it together. So, without further ado, I will leave you with a word from our sponsor, and I will be right back after the break. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. I'm glad, Chi-Chi, that you enjoyed it. I'll take that criticism into account. And we'll move on to make the second one. Again, for those of you who are not aware, I make the recipe twice, once for my dad, once for me, so that anyone coming in halfway that wants to follow along can do so. All right, so part 2. We're making a quarter dish. A quarter recipe, rather. You can find the recipe in the Discord if you're not in it already, Expect Point Discord, in order to get that. So, we're going to cut the butt off the onion. There's also this lesion on there, ew. You gotta get all the skin off. You don't want to eat that freaking skin. It's gross. That's gross. It doesn't taste bad. It sticks on your tongue. Ugh, it's gross. So we'll chop that up. We don't want to dice it, you know. I mean, you can if you want. It would not. I don't think it'll impact the actual flavor of the end product. But whenever I have French onion soup, I always feel like the onion itself has like lines, long things. So we're gonna angle my hand like that. It's curved around, so if I put my knife up against it and I chop down like that, there's no chance that I'll cut myself. You don't want to cut yourself. Cutting self bad. Got the fan on, so hopefully all the onion juices will not come on, fly in my face. There we go. Now, knock on wood, I've never burnt or cut myself live on stream doing one of these cooking streams. And like I said, 4 more after this. So if I complete this one and maybe 3 or 4 more after this, I'll be golden. Ooh, more skin. Get that crap away from me. Oh, is that a little bit of the butt? Ugh. No, go away. We don't like butts here. All right, how about like this? I'll throw the butter in. 3/4 of a tablespoon of butter. Splat. It's like melting on my counter. Melt that down. Finish cutting this while that's melting. You can set the timer for another 30 minutes. Start that. Throw the onions in. Woo! Kind of break them up, mix them up. We're on medium heat. We'll flip that over so we can cut our lemons. Now I put my fingers on either side, and then I put my knife in there and cut the lemon like that, so that there's very, very low chance that if the knife slips, it will go into my flesh. Ah! There comes a point in the cooking stream where I just stop caring about disposing of things properly. I just want to get them out of my space, you know? Once the onions start really sauteing and cooking, they'll get all gooey and they'll separate from each other. So it's not a huge deal if you don't chop them into small, small pieces. Well, let's get the juicer. We'll squish this down. Ugh. It's got these ribs. You really want to break every little thing in the citrus, every little pocket in the citrus. So I like to squeeze on the sides and push them up against the ribs. All right, that's one. Ah! Gives you kind of a workout. Oh my God! Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, Spider. Poor Spider. It perished. Probably should have set a good example and let it outside, but. Yeah, jumping spider. I had it hanging from my oven mitt. I should have just escorted it outside then. But I panicked. I've got something on the stove. I can't leave. Chaotically written. Just like the word chaotically there. I gotcha. I'll check it out later. How was your dinner, Sir Monk? Ah. Sweet potato friend with meat. Potato Friend was eaten. No! Potato Friend! You'll be sorely missed. Ah. Fun fact, you can run a lemon peel every once in a while down your garbage disposal to help clean up the blades a little bit with the acid, but mostly just to make it smell nicer. Oh, let me rinse out the. I didn't rinse out the lemonade tin thing shaker from last time. Let's take our strainer and we'll pour all that goog into our final container. I've never found an actual strainer of juice of lemons that actually successfully strains out all the pulp. Facing the dredge, I don't know. I'm not too stressed about facing the dredge. Maybe that's because it might just be because people haven't figured out how to use it yet. I think people facing the dredge, like using the dredge, are a little cocky sometimes. Because if you spend time learning the dredge and it's new, and people haven't gone up against the dredge a lot, you can get kind of sneaky and pull some things off that I think in the future you won't be able to because people will be wizened up. Why does everybody say and on the obsession? You know that doesn't do anything, right? Unless someone has a perk that deals with it. Being the obsession just gives you more blood points. If you escape or you die as the obsession, you get more blood points. I don't know why everybody doesn't like being the obsession. It means you get more blood points. What if it's Rancor? Well, you'll find out. All right, mix those around. All right, here's going to be the interesting part. The pear. Let me wash it off first. Make sure anything you got on it during processing didn't. Now, I have no clue how feasible it will be to get juice out of a pear. I might just have to bust out the blender. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pear flesh is very hard. I'm going to grab the blender. Let's take the stem out. Sorry, I'm doing this a little off. Actually, you know what? What if we did something like this? It's Rancor. Ooh, that's tough, buddy. Pieces are too big. Look at that. It just carved the blade. Oh my goodness. AFK killer. Mix this around. Make sure all the sides are getting cooked evenly. Is that pear ripe? I don't know. That's the thing. It's not feeling too ripe. I don't think it is. Super ripe. Put some water in there. There we go. Wow. Sorry. There we go. However, the question is, how juicy is it? Looks pretty juicy. But is it actually? Oh shoot! Is the juice actually gonna come out? Might like need to do what we did with the dragon fruit. You know what? I'm gonna do what I did with the dragon fruit. I'm just gonna pour all the pulp in with the lemon, and then what I'm gonna do is put some sugar in there to help. Supposedly, it helps extract it. Insomnicola mentioned that last time, so we'll do that. Yeah. The thing is, it's juicy, but if the juice doesn't want to separate from the pulp, that's the problem. That's when it becomes an issue. I've been cooking this a little low heat. It's not really sizzling as much. Might be an issue later on. So we'll do that. We'll add some sugar. Definitely not enough sugar for, to sweeten it so it's not over. We'll mix that all up. And we'll just kind of let that sit for a bit. So the idea is I should be able to definitely get all the lemon juice back out, but that lemon juice should we couldn't find any cheesecloth at the supermarket, but should help mix and pull out some of the pear juice. There's 10 minutes left on the clock. Granted, it'll cook a little bit more while it's in the water, but yeah. In the meantime, pour this out into the bowl. Oh my god. It's the stuff in the blender is browning, but the stuff that mixed with lemon juice, unsurprisingly, is not. Please tell me that wasn't something open. Okay, it was not. It was just a pepper grinder. Yep. Oxidation. And hopefully that citric acid will help. I'm not sure if that's how it works. It'll help break down some of the compounds in the pears, chemically decompose it, degrade it a little bit so that the juice can come out. Kind of roll it around. Roll it around town. Yeah, it still seems a little pulpy. Like the pulp seems a little juicy, but I feel like we've gotten most of it out. I'm really gonna need to wash this out though. Be right back. Yeah, it was getting so thin that it was kind of going through the strainer. So hopefully, I have pear lemonade and not lemon pear sauce. All right. Finish off this lemonade. Add some water. And some sugar. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, honey, honey, bum, 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 bum. You are my candy girl. And I'm always wanting you. Anyway, sorry. Mix that around. Woo! Definitely can taste the pear. There's pear pulp in there, but I'm fine with that. It's very fine. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm a pro singer actually. I'm doing singing streams only from now on. Karaoke. Like I don't want to deal with having people sing on stream and the moderation that comes with that. And I don't want to sing on stream for like hours. Woo! All right, 3 minutes left. Add garlic, saute for 2 minutes. Bada bing. Bada boom. A clove of garlic. Ha! Saute that around. How much? 3/4 tablespoon flour. When the clock strikes 1. Oh, it says cover and simmer. Oh. Oh, that's probably why it was. Okay. It's probably why it was boiling down. 1, 2, 3. We're off. We'll stir that around. Okay. Probably gonna need more water. This. I'm also gonna need a lid, Patrick. Is this the right lid? Yes. Tis. Okay. Add the stock. 1.5 cups of water. No! No, 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 no. Garlic saute, stir in the flour. Stir the wine to deglaze the pan. I almost forgot. Eighth a cup of wine going in. It is hot. Hot, hot. We got a cup and a half of beef stock, which of course we'll do the water, and then we got the bouillon. So that explains why it boiled down so much. It's supposed to cover it. All right. So we'll throw the bouillon cubes in there. Do. I feel like the more the stream goes on, the less I talk because I'm just like salivating, waiting, in anticipation. One. Two. A sprig of thyme. Boom. A bay leaf. It's about time. Boom. Stir to combine. Okay. Really just want to get that these cubes beaten up. Because you beat them up, break them up, increases the surface area, and increases the rate at which they can dissolve. There we go. Mix that till it starts simmering, and then we'll put it on for 10 minutes. Get this out of the way. Get that out of the way. These knives to the back. Okay, it's simmering. That. Timer. 10 minutes. Start. We'll cut the baguette. I'm ignoring that time joke. I don't want the butt. Put the baguettes there. Bake to 400. Start that. Put my lemonade off the side before I freaking knock it over. Do 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 do. Do you guys like my apron? I found a mini Hostess fruit pie in the cupboard, so I put it in my pocket, so it's mine. Let's take the baguette. We can put it in there. And then once it's heated up, it's 6 to 8 minutes. My apron's very cool. Thank you. It was a gift from my sister. It's like a pattern. Cut it out. Make it yourself. Oh, okay. 8 minutes. What else do I need to do? Bake until toasted, and then I'm going to need to get a piece of Gouda to put on it. And I'm going to need my mug. I'm going to eat a piece of Gouda while I'm waiting. Gouda. Is that cheese? Stinky glitch. It's cheese. Okay. So then after this, I'm going to switch it to broiler. And I'm going to take the soup, put it in the mug. I might want to let it boil down a bit. Take the soup, put it in the mug, and then we'll take the cheese, put it on the bread, the toast. We'll put the toast on the mug, and then we'll put the mug. I'll probably put the toast on the mug, and then I'll go to commercial break and start setting up. So that way, when it's done, I can take it out and eat it while it's still hot. So, yeah. Because y'all have seen me take it out already. Oh boy. Oh shoot! I managed to spill pear goo on one of the dials. Ew. Oops. That didn't go over my laptop. See, the reason I can throw stuff on the floor is because I can just kind of clean it up. Oh, anyway, something to talk about. I already talked about my subathon at ad nauseum, so just to give a timeline, July 23rd is my departure date for Japan. Uh, July 22nd is when I have to be there. So I figure a good amount of time to give me the time I need to make sure I'm all packed. I have everything squared away, got all my ducks in a row. July 17th, so exactly 1 month after my birthday, will be my last stream in America, and I'll be heading out. I'll keep y'all updated. I mean, my TikTok is where I'm gonna go and upload stuff like little videos and whatnot that I take of there. But yeah, so July 17th is my plan for my final stream in America. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Probably like just a really chill, play some games, chat a bit, maybe ask me questions about Japan, all that good stuff. But yeah, geez, it's really getting real. Yeah, it's weird. Also feels weird that they'd be like, yeah, you kid, I want you to fly. I will fly you across the world. I'll pay for your flight. I'll help you find a place to live, and then I'll pay you to teach some kids English. I think yeah, it's definitely going to be stressful, at least to start out with. Even if it's very like as smooth as it can be, it's going to be stressful because I am going to be in. Seems like yeah, it does seem like a good deal. I was going to sign up for it, because uh, like even if it goes as smoothly as possible, I'm still going to be going to a foreign country I've never been before. One that English is not one of their official languages. Um, Everybody there, like I will definitely be seen as an outsider. Like maybe not treated as an outsider, but I will definitely be like, you are not from here. Because Japan is 98% indigenous Japanese. 98%. Can you imagine that? Even in America, I mean, native indigenous Americans make up a very small percentage, but like even the majority of white people is like what, 60, 70, something like that? You know? So it's a very homogenous country. So I'm gonna be an outsider, and I'm gonna be probably struggling. I I'm out in the country. I'm not in a big city. In the big cities, there's a lot of English, because business and stuff. English is like the business languages, the language of business and all that, malarkey. But so yeah, and then I'm going to have to do my first ever full time career related to Japanese. I am not fluent. There will be societal expectations that it takes time to adjust to. Culture shock is going to be a thing, definitely, in some way or another. I've never supported myself before. In college, I was a resident assistant and I had my room and board paid for. I know how to cook for myself, but I've never, I've never done anything like grocery shopping. I got to go buy a snack for tomorrow's day. All right, thanks for coming. But yeah, it's definitely going to be stressful. But my biggest concern right now is just making sure I have internet access over there. And not because I want to stream, I want to play, like just so that I'm connected in. Because if I don't have internet access, I'm going to be like floating. Like, how do I contact people? Because I am fully confident in my ability to reach out to other people and ask for help. But if I don't have internet, and it's in the middle of the night or something, and then something happens and I don't know what's going on, that's gonna be hard. So yeah, I mean, I am definitely stressed, and it will definitely be stressful. Just grab a plate. So But I will say this, and this is, starting to brown there. And this is not to be arrogant or anything like that, but the thing about this job is, and they said this at the Q&A I just went to, my job is not to speak Japanese, it is to teach English and speak English, which I'm very good at. This job, fun fact, actually has no requirement for Japanese proficiency or teaching proficiency. Granted, they might have taken that into account, the fact that I do have experience in both, when they placed me. But thousands upon thousands of Americans through JET go and teach English in Japan with no proficiency in Japanese and no experience in teaching at all. And most of them succeed. Oh, I didn't put the Worcestershire in. Oh my God. Most of them succeed. Many of them thrive. So, given that I am someone who is somewhat proficient in Japanese and does have, I have a degree, right? And does have a decent amount of teaching experience, I'm not freaking out, Okay, that's... I think I will succeed. Like, it's going to be a little rough the first few days of just getting situated, but I think as soon as I've got, I know where my nearest grocery store is, and I got my place all situated and whatnot, I'm gonna be just fine. Ah! I'm losing onions. And of course, if anyone ever has any questions about Japan or anything, feel free to ask. I know some of y'all don't have TikTok, but I think that'll be the best place to just kind of quick update people, because I don't know how much time I'm going to have to really sit down, especially in those first few days, and talk about stuff. I'll be trying to keep y'all in the loop. So I might just be doing a video diary type deal. Ah, it's a little too big. There, squish. Okay, this is going to go in. And then while that's broiling, I will... I'm going to switch over to eating mode. So I will give you a word from our sponsor. And I will be right back. Oh. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Like an idiot, I'm sitting there like, why isn't it bubbling? And I realized instead of hitting the timer off button, I hit the oven off button. So I had to restart it. So that's why it took a little bit longer. So we'll take the lemonade. Yep, there's the pear pulp in it. Woo! Got a little bit of tang there. That's good. Probably want to run through a finer strainer if I had one to get that pear pulp in it, but it's not out. It's not bad. You can kind of see there's like a line right there. You can't really see it from this angle. Can't really see it from that angle either. Wow. It's pretty clear when you look at it in person. There's a line of pulp. That's right. Don't touch the mug. The mug was in the oven. Everything about the mug is hot. So how do you eat this? Kind of fish it out? Like cut it with your spoon? Come here. Yeah, dig those croutons out. Ooh. So I remember to cover it this time. I read completely over simmer with a cover on. But it still seemed to boil down a lot more. Well, similar amount. Eat the bread with a spoon? Who eats bread with a spoon? Well, call me silly. I'm not silly. I'm a very serious man. Mm. Thank you. My dad suggested it. He was like, these two mugs are probably the ones that best good for going in the oven. Really hot. Still really hot. You didn't see anything. Ice cold. I like the Gouda. I wish there was some croutons instead. I think that would be better in terms of like remaining crunchy, maybe. Yeah, probably get wet real quick. Kind of thinking like an oyster cracker type deal where you put it right on and eat it and crunch it. So, okay, analysis. Yeah, it's supposed to. So yeah, very salty. I'm wondering if the bouillon, the beef bouillon cubes, because I put it was a cup and a half of water, and it's supposed to be a 1 cube per cup of water, but I put 2 cubes in because I would rather a stronger flavor than a weaker one. But I'm wondering if it'd be really salty because of that. Yeah, the croutons be easier to scoop up. But yeah, this recipe specifically called for take a baguette, slice it off. So I like, yeah, I so far so good, so pretty good. It's soaking all the soup up. Gonna be all fancy. Okay, now to the meat and potatoes, the actual onions. I just gleeked all over my computer. Oh, so beef broth with onions in it. Excuse me. Yeah, you can see. There you go. You can see all the pulp sticking to the outside. The pear pulp. So I can definitely tell that I put too much, too much, like more than I was supposed to with the beef bouillon. It is very beefy, very salty. I'm wondering if the bouillon has a lot of salt in it as well, a lot of sodium. The onions are cooked very well. I don't know if I can taste the thyme or the bay leaf, but then again, I kind of don't have a comparison. Maybe I could if the same thing was prepared with or without it. I don't know what bay leaf is supposed to taste like, or thyme for that matter. So, sorry, I just did what it said. Excuse me. I like it. Maybe like a 7. If it was a little less salty, I think that would help. Also, it is, as you can see, like this is just all onion. The broth simmered down a bit more. It's probably because I did it in a pan and not a pot as well. Increase the surface area to boil away. So maybe if it was just more water, it would taste less salty. So you know what? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna put some water in it. That's a little better. Not as salty. You know, more soup. While we're eating, let's check Kitty Woman's thing. Tea suggestion: raspberries, sugar, water. Stir to combine break with raspberries. Okay, so raspberry syrup. Come to a slow rolling boil. Stir occasionally as liquid is thickened a bit. Use a sieve to remove the seeds. Yeah, maybe some lemon juice. Water will boil from a mug. Boiling water in the mug. Add a tea bag for black tea. Tall glass filled with ice. Add 2 spoonfuls of raspberry puree stuff. Gotcha. So black tea with raspberry syrupy stuff. Honestly, I wouldn't say no to like just having more cheese. Like putting a layer of cheese on and then eating it with the soup, and then putting another layer of cheese on and eating it with the soup. Yeah, that's true. I like a good iced tea. Like, you know, brisk or whatever. You know, they have it in the have some water like in a can. That stuff's good. I don't know how blasphemous it is, you know, drinking iced tea from a can. Woo! Mmm. Pretty good. Maybe if the subathon goes on long enough, I'll do like a tier list of all of the different whoops, that's not a tier list of all of the different things that I made. This is like B tier. Greetings, Sir Monk. You just caught the end of stream. I think. Well, should we raid? Y'all, do y'all want to raid? Lipton iced tea. 2 viewers, whatever. That's pretty good. Said B tier, maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10. 7. 7. Let's raid. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's find someone to raid. All 2 of you. Twitch. Search. Food and drink. You kidding me? Food and drink. Who's cooking? Hard to tell. Oh, it was that handsome man. Is this person? This person just started. We got 3 viewers, though. They're cooking for the mom. Can we hear them, though? They've got 4 followers. Should we do them? Oh, no, they're just really quiet. Let's do them. They got 4 followers. Make their day. Raid Pinky Trinky. I do not know this person, so raid at your own risk. Of course. They said they're cooking for their mom, which is always nice. Dead by Daylight. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean up, but anyway, I'll let y'all know. Anybody, Kitty Woman, Termonk, I'll do some Dead by Daylight upstream. In any case, thank you everybody for coming out. If you like what you saw and you're not following, you can feel free to follow to be notified of when I next go live, which will be tomorrow, 9 a.m. with Bravely Default 2. No grinding. We're actually going places, so stick around for that. If you are already following and you'd like to check out my other social media, you can do so in the description below if you're on desktop, or if you're on mobile, type in !, whatever the platform name is. And if I got one, my bot will give you the link. And of course, just showing up and chatting is more than support enough for me. But if you would like to support the stream monetarily, you can do so by cheering, subscribing, or donating. Subscribing is free with Amazon Prime. Info on how to set that up in my Discord. In any case, thanks for everybody for coming out. If you like, no, I'm resetting. Stay safe out there, folks. I'm hearing the other person. I can't, and it's messing with me. Stay safe out there, folks. If you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. Don't leave your house if you're not vaccinated. We're going to raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye.